What
glad
is
you
this?
like them.
No, listen. We gotta
It
talk
was
about this.
okay. Blame Broner. Blame Broner. I didn't write it.
What is this raid message,
Blame
Brona?
Broner. Blame Broner.
No Genshin talk. No Genshin talk. No
No
Genshin
Genshin
talk.
talk.
No Genshin talk. Shut up.
Saying
Genshin
no
talk?
Genshin talk is Genshin
Genshin
talk.
talk.
No, it's not. Shut up. Okay. Hi. Hello. What? Yes.
Oh, never mind. For some reason I thought my channel points were 7 out of 7, but actually it's the stream streak now shows up on top of channel points when you reach one.
Oh
so
yeah, it does. It's annoying.
that's the thing, I guess.
Yeah.
What's that about channel points?
Oh, Squish Oshio, you got it.
Cries.
There we go. Speaking of
Massive,
Oshio,
you're using your little
I was
thing.
gonna say, yes. Speaking of Oshio, everyone here probably knows because everyone here came from the raid. But speaking of Oshio, she drew all of these tokens and these little PNGs, including mine. Now I look awesome.
You do. You look incredibly badass.
I look so badass.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yes, thank you. Also, Work has just given you a hero point.
Thank you, Work.
Because Work is a suck up that likes to suck up to the players by giving them hero points and never give me villain points.
Thank you, Work.
Work, we appreciate you so much. Keep being a suck up.
Shut up. Where did the Gremlin DM go? Listen, I'm still a gremlin at heart. Even if I am now a man of many masks and faces, I'm still a gremlin at heart. Nah, I just like to make the DM suffer. Fuck you! How dare you, sir? How dare you, good sir? But yes, hi, welcome in, everyone. Welcome to episode 13 of season 2 of Amara Angels. Once more, episode 13. Yes. Lucky number 13. Let's see who dies this time.
Well, no one died last session.
No, but I'm pretty sure someone died on an episode 13 at some point. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure something bad happened in episode 13 at one point. But either way, I'm here with my lovely friends. One of them will be coming soon. He is on his way home, and he's wait. According to what he said, he's at the gym. The character's at the gym. Don't worry about it. But yes, I'm here with my lovely friends, the wonderful Ocean X, the amazing artists of the PNGs,
Hi.
who is I'm going to unsquish you because of the amazing art.
Thank
Um,
you.
Also we have the wonderful Savian. Hi.
You forgot to draw rum.
Rum's dead.
Rum is kind of dead, yeah.
Yeah, maybe when Rum becomes alive again.
Oshio, just do like a little line next to.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, just a little line, and there, the rum, and
I'll draw one of Fishy Fishman's snake Wellingtons. How about that? I don't know if you've seen those, but they're funny snakes anyway.
I have not seen them, but I believe you. And finally, we have Spyro Proxy.
Like,
And I love that now whenever I look at my OBS and any of you speaks, including myself, but whenever any of you speaks, your mouth's open. You light up and your mouth's open. And it's so cute. It's so wonderful.
Oh, I didn't notice the mouth thing.
Yes. There's a mouth thing now.
Now everyone
Mouth
isn't just.
Exactly. Oh, show that is exactly what's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you understood what I just said. But
No, I did not, but I think it fits what you were going for.
yeah.
Massive stream, mouth stuff. See, that I understood. Because Sev makes sense to me.
balls.
Balls, yes. But let's not talk about moth stuff and balls too much. Let's go with what happened last session. So last session, the party entered combat with the witch, this vile creature that led to the death of one of the party members, and then revenge was required, nay, necessary. And they got their revenge. Oshio nearly died. Gala nearly died. But after a hard-fought battle, you managed to slay the witch, who seemed kind of miffed at the fact that she was dying more than, oh no, I'm dying. It was more, shit, I'll see you later, and then turned into mush. But either way, you got some cool loot. You got a necklace. You got some shards for your armor, and did you get anything else? Oh no, because the other thing that you were detecting was the Wand of War Mage that Polites already had. But yes, so you took revenge. Two of you took revenge for the killing of Azure. The other one took revenge for being enslaved by the witch for a long time. So all around, very happy. Everyone's happy. Yes. The next morning, you all wake up early. Well, there's no time. There's no concept of time that matches what you're used to. But you wake up, and Polites came by looking for some, if I remember correctly, some identifications. Identifications were made, and the party started to distribute the items. I believe the necklace and the wand stayed in the bag of holding, right?
I
Yes.
think so, yes.
Yes.
Politis wants the necklace, but she also wants it to be non-cursed. So let's get a confirmation on that.
Oh, you're so paranoid.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I wonder why. Massive. I
Why?
wonder how someone could affect paranoia. over the years.
What? I don't know. Listen, how many mimics have I thrown at you? Not that many.
One was enough.
What?
to raise
Usually,
suspicion.
yeah, usually one is enough. Yes. I also want to point out for anyone watching on stream, the tokens, the beautiful, beautiful tokens that now that have been made. I love that we have customized tokens by Oshio. Thank you, Oshio. Once again,
Thank
you're
you.
brilliant.
I'm so glad you like them.
Yes, now I look forward to seeing them covered in blood whenever I deal damage to any of you. But yes, also I made this
Yeah, mine.
between sessions. Your home in New Thrain.
Aw.
Oh, it's still loading for me.
Aww.
Violet is asleep.
It's a
Yeah.
wonderful loading gray background.
Yeah. So you've been spending long enough time here that it makes sense. So this is the home that you've been staying in New Thrain. The beds are indeed slabs of rock held up by chains. So not really the most comfortable, but awesome for your back, I guess. Oh, lightning! This PNG was made by Oshio.
Hello.
Yes. Now I look like a proper DM. Yay! Because I have, man of many faces. Yes. That was fun. That was funny. I'm funny. Yes.
Oh, it is me, funny Jorge.
Everyone kill that man. Kill him! Kill him! But yes, so we return to the party right after, I'd say, right after an hour has passed and Gala has attached the new mod to her core, and her armor suddenly turns. You all watch as her armor powers up with new lights, and it starts turning from that bronze color to a more grayish silvery color, unlike the one she had before, and it starts getting a little bit colder around her.
Well, this is pretty good. This is pretty cool, you could say. Actually, get it? Because it's cold.
Polly stares at Gala, ever so judgingly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
See, Sherry gets it. All right. So, I mean, we don't really have. I mean, I guess you can ask around if, anywhere in the village anywhere here can check if things are cursed, right? Unless you want to use it anyway, or...
I would say you do know what spell is required to check if something is cursed. Considering what you experienced before regarding divine magic, you would have a solid idea that no, you do not. There's no one in the village by now. You've been here long enough that you know.
All right. Well, I mean...
Ooh, second hero point from Lightning.
Oh,
thank you, Lightning.
Lightning.
Another suck up for the players. Suck up for the players. Wants to help the players.
That's it. You have goals. Okay, you have goals. Can't you just be happy with goals?
Let us have. You have some suck ups, and we have some suck ups.
Oh my god! How dare you call Colt and Gorion suck ups?
Colt is a simp for chaos.
Is it not true?
No, no, don't listen to them, Colt. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. But yes, sorry, go ahead. You do know that's probably not nobody that can inspect for curses in this village.
All right. I mean, I'm pretty happy to maybe, have a try using this, this wand you had, if you'd let me. Unless you can do any spell stuff, but like it's mostly good for magic type stuff. So, yeah. As for the necklace, I mean, it's good. Like, I can keep hold of it if you don't want to use it. So, yeah.
I would want to use it.
Well, as in,
If it's not
you do want to
cursed.
use, but as in until,
Yeah.
find out whether it's cursed or whatever, right? All right.
Keep in
Well,
mind,
next then.
Gala, the wand does require attunement.
Mm.
If you do want to use it, you'll have to take off one of your attunements.
Oh, that is true.
Also, Sherry, you can also use the wand since you're also a spellcaster. I think Polites is literally the only one who isn't.
What's the wand do again?
Gives you a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls, and your spell attacks ignore half cover.
Okay, cool. I don't have any spell attack spells.
Cool. That's cool. Anyway, that's great.
Yeah. Awesome.
So anyway, you just woke up. You're refreshed from your long rest. Ivar will said before he'll join you eventually, whenever dusk gets here. And what do you wish to do now? You just finish that little side quest, and yeah. What is
All
the
right. plan? So
You said you wanted to visit Harson's laboratory
yeah.
to do something.
Well, yeah. We have a bit of a goal which involves finding Harsin, I guess. And to do that we need to get into, the place they call Grief Home. Now, Ivar doesn't like it, but there is, we do have a thing that could help us with that. Ivar doesn't really want us to do it though.
What is it?
Don't know if I can really say.
Okay.
I know I'm being elusive right now, but I mean, other than that, we do have. Well,
you have a knock at the door as Ivar arrives. That's what you do have. Hi, Dusk.
Dusk.
Hi.
Can you hear us, Dusk?
Right, he's gonna be setting up or something.
Oh no. Dusk?
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 Are you there?
You're lighting up, but we can't hear you.
Don't know if you can hear us.
Can you hear us? Can
Type
you
in chat
hear
if you can hear us.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah! There he is!
Us.
Hi, Dusk.
Hello, hello. I had to select my microphone for some reason. It did not default to the only microphone on my computer.
That makes a lot of sense, you know.
The trick was to turn it on and off again. All right, boys. What have I missed? Oh shit! There I am. Look at me. I
Yeah.
can see myself. What's going on?
Basically, you just arrived after your morning tea, and you open the door, and you find the others sitting at the table.
Oh, that's so cute. Does anyone mention how adorable it is when you hover over the tokens and you get this like borderless, transparent character image?
Yeah,
Aww.
it's so cute. I love it. Yeah, you can.
Oh, can I not control my... Are we in combat?
We should not be in combat. Can you not control your character?
Oh yeah, no. All we
Movement
can
is
do
set
is,
to combat turn. It's currently not your
all we can
turn.
do is ping.
Combat turn?
Yeah, we are technically
no.
in combat. Second move.
Yo, what? That makes no sense. Okay. Alright, you go in. There we go. I'll fix
Perfect.
it. I'll fix
I
it.
wanted to see everyone's beautiful... Is that a knife on the table?
That is a knife on the table. Yes.
No.
Oh,
Maybe.
guys.
You can all talk. I'll fix it.
Ivar, we were just mentioning you. Welcome. Do you like my new? I got some upgrades. You see, they're pretty cool. Get it? Because they're cold.
Oh, that's why you said that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. It seems that your armor is now a little bit colder, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Pretty cool, right?
It is very cool. Is everyone doing all right after the fight? I know that we fought many illusions. No one is seeing anything different or strange.
No, you know, definitely had a bit of a rough time yesterday myself, but you know, I'm alive now. So yeah.
And your friend Violet, any change with her, or is she still
Unfortunately, no. I still believe that likely the only things that could awake her are leaving this place or, well, doing something about the big man.
I see. I am very sorry that if this causes you much distress. I know that you are only here to help us.
No, it's all right. I've already been able to figure out what's wrong, and I know that it's not something that like she's not, you know, she's not dead and she's not in danger unless we put her body in danger. So as long as we leave her here, she's going to be fine.
Of course, my people will take very good care of her, make sure that no
Wonderful.
harm ever falls on her. Tell me this, what was the morning discussions about, may I ask?
Well, we were talking about the items we got. So obviously I installed that little, you know, crystal thing that so I've got that, but then we've also got this wand which like makes spells better, and like I can use that possibly. I kind of I can't really like install that many upgrades, to be honest, so I can't really make that much use of it unless I give up some other stuff. But like, so if, you know, if anyone else wants it, they can do whatever they want with it, really. And there's also, you know, the necklace, which, you know, Politis is kind of worried that it's cursed or something, so we're just kind of holding on to it for now.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
There is many a thing here.
And yeah, then we were just saying, well, so, you know, we helped out your buddies, but we still need to figure out what we're going to do.
What the fuck?
About, you know, getting into the old city.
Just want to say,
Well, of course.
Thank you, Dusk. Thank you.
Well, of course, Marcel. The sagas will tell of your great DMing.
Ah, thank you. you know, you're. I'm gonna cry.
You okay, Mason?
Chef's kiss, baby. Well, if you so remember, there is seemingly a new entrance on the wall. Do you all remember that on our journey?
Well, we looked down and saw it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The problem would be, getting to it, right? I mean,
Well, I can scale the wall with. I'm going to say relative ease. Obviously,
out
we're in
of
Sverfnevlin. I have a little bit of trouble getting into high places, but I'm a very good climber. So I could attach a rope and scale the wall.
out of character, how far was that hole in the wall from, the cliff that we were climbing on?
From the cliff you were on.
Yeah.
It was super far down. It was actually
Okay.
hard to spot. Now the hole in the wall itself was about 20 to 25 feet up in the wall.
Oh,
Okay. And it was
So-
sorry. So you say it was down. So it was was it directly below well, pretty much directly below the cliff, or a certain distance out, or
It's a certain distance out. It wasn't directly below. No.
okay.
By the way, Sev, be sure to mute.
Was I making noise?
Yeah. But what you get the feeling was when you saw it was what caused that damage to that wall was probably some cave in, not cave in, but like some a rock slide of sorts that damaged that part of the wall, and clearly wasn't fixed, but it was like tucked away, so it was very very hard to spot.
but it would be easily marked out again were we to go back to that wall.
Oh yeah, you'd be able to find that entrance if you want. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Could I, if you'd prefer, I do this more in character. That's fine as well. But prior to having visited the angel's house, would it have been possible for Ivar to ask any kind of like scouts or sentries around the town's perimeter? Not the Gloomstalkers, obviously, just to see if there's been any activity around the town that might have seemed suspicious.
Around New Thrain?
Around New Thrain, yeah.
Yes. Pretty standard. So that's fine with you just asking out of character. You would have asked, and it was just like quiet as usual.
Okay, that's good. And I suppose just for background check, the people I would have asked, they would have been attentive, right? They're not.
They're guards.
I'm not looking to draw asking the village idiot. No,
No, you're not asking the village idiot. You're asking the guards.
it's crazy. I was talking to this guy with schizophrenia, and he says the town's surrounded. It's wild.
No, you're asking one of the more experienced guards. You do know that
Brilliant.
something new, because things have not changed that much, aside from the arrival of this lovely band of outsiders. One thing that is new is that the passage that was opened up when you went and killed that creature to get the air carver is now being scouted out and prepared for mining operations. So the whole project has now begun. People are now mapping out that area to make sure.
Oh, cute! I love that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know when 10's gonna move on.
Yeah, so now they're gonna they have a project. They are mapping out the area and they're making sure they find all the mithril veins so they can start more production of mithril stuff.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Well, I mean, like, that's lovely news. I'm delighted, out of character, to hear about this. Ivar seems a little. I don't know. He's not antsy in any way. He's got this. He's as like. he's not carefree. He's always a little high strung, and you can always kind of like tell he's always a little tense. But this is the closest thing to not completely tense as you've seen him. Like this is probably as relaxed as you're gonna get. So he's still kind of shifty, but he's not like bouncing with urgency to get to the next spot. So he's kind of like he's looking at all the angels kind of very expectantly, as if they're meant to do something, and then he's meant to react.
Politics will make tea.
All right, look. So is our plan to have a look at that hole in the wall? If so, we need a way in and we need a way out.
Well, I suppose certain things there's the undead, they don't, and of course, if my memory serves me correctly, i.e., if the DM says otherwise, most undead they don't typically rely on sight more so than their senses. You see when a zombie with rotting eyeballs or skeletons without any eyeballs appears, it's very kind of sensory based or through magic, right?
It heavily varies on the type of undead. You do know from watching Thrain or Grimholm that a lot of the undead are preserved in the way that their the composition has been halted. So a lot of the undead walking around the city still have like body parts. They still look undead. A lot of them have like heavy damage from when they died, but it doesn't seem like they're decaying while they're moving around inside the city.
All right, cool. In that case, I'm going to scrap the idea of leaving on light. I have a certain feature of mine that allows me to memorize terrain quite easily. So if we're looking for a way back and forth, I can help out with that.
Well, sure, it's mostly just that, like, we saw that hole from the cliff. How would we get from the cliff to the hole? Is what I'm saying.
We just scaled the wall.
That's not as easy as it sounds.
I will scale the wall. I will tether a rope.
It's very high up.
It was only 25 feet.
Was it 20? Wasn't it higher than that?
Did I not hear 25 feet?
The hole is 25 feet high in the wall. Yes.
The hole.
Yeah, and
But
then we're
not
higher
the
than
climb
that.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but there might be a path that starts lower. That starts at the base of.
I thought it was from the ground to the hole was 25 feet.
Yeah, no, from the ground to the
Yeah.
hole is 25 feet. They're talking about the cliff that you were on when you saw the hole, but there's other paths that lead to the hole. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to climb down from that cliff.
I'd
Yeah,
asked
sorry,
about
well-
that, but I was still muted. So
Oh,
it's like, yeah, can't we get there from another way that's not down the cliff?
I mean, I was mostly just thinking about because obviously we want to stay out of the boundary as long as possible, right? Due to the effects it has. So
Oh, is the aura of despair, does that start around the front of the gates, is it?
it starts the moment you step foot inside the bounds of Grief Home. That's when it starts. As far as people
And is
know.
that past the gate?
Even after just scaling the wall, you just start getting that effect.
Okay, it doesn't really matter where we start.
The moment you can start climbing the wall, but the moment you get to the top, you'll be within the area of effect. You know this from, I wouldn't say personal experience, but from stories that you've heard around of people that
Yeah,
tried.
no, absolutely, yeah. Could I ask as a I don't suspect this is going to be a thing, but just to ask, um, is the aura tied to the idea of grief home, or is it a set space?
Or is it what? Sorry.
So the idea is like, is the aura set to grief home as an area, or is it range based? So like the idea there is these 3 foreign invaders taking over areas and making it not grief home anymore. Would that remove the aura, or is that very?
Oh, you do not know. Unfortunately, you don't have enough information to get an answer regarding that. Also, just a side note, I have 2 villain points, just so you know. So we're tied.
I'm surprised Colt has portrayed me this way, if I'm being totally honest with you.
I know, Colt, right? She was always on the party side from the very beginning.
Hi everyone, except for the betrayers. I mean, that's truly it. For every villain point we get, Violet stays asleep for an extra day. So just remember that.
Wow, that's wow.
Negotiation 101. There we are.
Uh-huh.
Your character development. Jesus Christ.
Wow, got it. Okay. But yes, so you don't know if it's marked to be within the city limits, and if something stops being the part of the city, it doesn't affect you, or if it's just a pure range thing. You don't.
Would there
know.
be like? Would that be? So could I make that like a sort of a history check or something to try and see if I can determine are the sagas of the Hour of Despair, is that tied to Grief Home, or it's that this thing enveloped the area that Grief Home was in?
It was the moment Harson. You know this. You wouldn't know this. It was the moment Harson took over. No, sorry. That is actually a lie. No. You know, you know that Harson took over. The Hour of Grief was not there, and a few years later, the aura of despair, grief, started activating.
And does it only encompass Grief Home, or are there like random bits where it's like, yeah, this is a fucking cave that does connect back to Grief Home,
As
but is just also affected?
as far as you know, it just envelops a grief home. As far as you know.
I'll mention that idea as like a minor pondering of Ivar. So, it's not a surefire way, but it could always be a case where, I suppose, if we breach the walls, technically, you would all be invading forces and I an accomplice. I do believe it'd be worthwhile taking extra care and precautions to make sure we're not affected by the aura, but would either of you... I do not understand how Azure always talked to me about the miracles of your world, the type of magic that you all cast. Is this applicable?
Jerry shrugs.
I don't
Only
really.
stairs.
I don't really have much. My specialty isn't really like kind of that kind of holy sort of magical type of stuff.
Oh, is your magic? Do you practice a different type of magic?
Yeah. Well, it's like. Well, I mean, I just kind of mean, I've got these like these things I make, right, and I basically just kind of use kind of magical energy to fuel these things and like induce effects using different parameters.
Yes, you are you are like the Duergar. You create artifacts that you use.
Yeah.
In our sagas, we tell of great deep dwarves as well who using our god's magic creates legendary artifacts for heroes to fight with.
Yeah, I don't really have much experience using a god's magic, though, but
No, but I presume the items that you create, you showcase them, you create their legends, and when a hero shows up, they will be dispensed and they will use them, or if you were to ever perish, others will also use
I
the tools you
suppose.
created.
I mean, mostly I use them. I let
For
people.
now, of course, yes, all the famous smiths from our legends always did. Before, they get tricked, or that they give them away willingly, or they're stabbed and killed over them. You know this.
I mean, I'm not going to get tricked and stabbed and killed. I'm too clever for that. But like,
And that is the catchphrase. I am too clever to get stabbed and killed, and that is always when they get stabbed and killed. And Ivor just kind of mimics stabbing someone.
Very, very, very close to Gala, by the way. Very, very close to Gala.
Like this, see?
Gala just kind of like Gala's armor just kind of like suddenly folds out around. Like her expression doesn't change, but her armor just suddenly folds out to cover her, and she's just like, "Yeah, cool."
I'd love to like if there's like a curtain that doesn't lead to a window, to push it back and show like a tapestry that might have been covered of a smith in very similar armor getting stabbed. And then the next panel, just someone running off with said armor.
Well, I'll be fine, but thank you for the concern.
There is no concern. I fully intend to loot the corpse. Now, considering our circumstances, and after, of course, the battle with the witch, I must say I'm entirely impressed by the entire group. Can I ask what is the next steps for us all? I've mentioned certain plans in order to reclaim Train, but please, Politis, I don't believe we had much of a chance to speak, but I would love to know, like, what is your intentions now? I presume not to interact with the demon or devil that you have contracted, but...
Demon?
Oh, we didn't tell Politis about that yet. Well, right, you see, there's this demonic general creature kind of bound up a bit who we thought it would be a good idea if we make a contract with it to say that you can attack Griefome and stuff, because like I mean that thing just hates Harsin for doing that to him, right? So we just let him go at Harsin, and kind of two problems will take care of themselves.
I like that idea.
Yeah, exactly. I still think it's a good idea. But Ivar doesn't, so...
Well, no, you unfortunately created a deal with a very powerful fiendish foe and added in no stipulations in order to defend yourselves. So the agreement policy, is, just so you're aware, is that this creature will attack Griefome.
Yeah.
And
with us. It will attack with us, I believe it said.
And I believe, did you not all agree not to be attacked by this creature?
Yeah.
But did not agree for the safety of anyone of New Terrain?
We can include that in the contract if we go and talk to him. I'm sure he won't mind.
But what happens when you enter Griefome? this art of grief that you talk about?
What about it?
What is this art of grief?
Oh, I don't really know, but it like it drains your willpower, right? I think
It
you'd know the most about it, Ivar.
saps your will to live and eventually eats away at your soul.
So it's a matter of fortitude. Maybe I could make a potion to make you stronger of mind. Of course,
That would be helpful if you can do that.
I don't. Yeah, but I would need
think I'm old
materials.
enough to have alcohol, though.
Think of alcohol as a fraction of what I'll make.
I mean,
Would
if you
you
can make stuff.
stronger alcohol?
Well, weren't there the those like herbs or something that you found in the
Yes,
cave
Nessa is
before?
currently working on them. If you're looking
Yeah.
for those sort of herbs, not only do I know where they grow, but I've also gathered enough that
Actually, you haven't gathered. You know where they grow, but you haven't gathered. It's mushrooms, by the way, but you haven't gathered them yet.
We could go and grab those. I mean, I still think.
I gathered them when we saw them.
No, you didn't, because you didn't find them yet. You only went to you went and fought the creature, and you weren't
I
able.
got a pound of them, if memory serves correctly.
You got a pound of them? Oh,
I
Yeah,
thought I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
him actually
Because you said you
harvesting
saw
them,
he
yeah.
saw some, so he gathered just like the ones that were literally right there. But you said then the caves went deeper. And
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I
okay,
gathered.
my
like
bad.
testing them and stuff.
I remember gathering enough of them to hopefully make a potion, and then an extra bulk to start growing them here. I had to get like a log of them.
My bad. I completely forgot you already got some. All right, so you have
Yeah,
they're
just like-
mushrooms, but yeah, you gathered a pound of the mushrooms. The potion is being worked on currently. You haven't gone there to check if there is any information about the potion, but
Now that is right. I have not asked about where we are with said potion.
All right. So here's our orders of business, right? We need to get enough ingredients for enough of those potions for at least like one for each of us, right? That's probably a good idea. And I still think it's worth. Obviously, like Ivar, you are most concerned with this, demon about, if we let it do its thing, then there's no clause saying it can't, do whatever to the city, right? So, but that doesn't mean we can't go and, pay a visit and see if we can work something out. Like, there's no harm in it. If it doesn't come to that, then whatever. But if it does,
I would
and it
like to
works
see a
out,
demon.
then yeah, I mean, he's pretty cool. Like, he's pretty cool. He's pretty scary, but he's all chained up, so it's not really
I
dangerous.
thought he was hot. It was like
Yeah,
making the
no,
water
actually, no,
boil.
you're true. Yeah, he's pretty hot. He's pretty hot, actually. Yeah, that's true.
I disagree with dealing with fiends. I hope you all understand.
No, that's
The great
understandable.
bloodline of the Silverbeards ended because of this.
Well, I don't really know much about that, but
And they had a very ironclad agreement, and they still fell victim. Most fiends, they don't create these sort of rules and bindings without some form of exploit.
well, I
And
mean,
they've been at it for far longer than any of us will ever be alive.
yes, this is true, but like we
Like
know,
you are trying to
it's
play a
wrong.
game not knowing the rules against a master. That is effectively it, but you are
Here's the
coming
thing,
in
though.
with...
Here's the thing, though. It is a master, and we know and respect its intelligence, and that's exactly why we respect that. Why on earth would it just want to go and kill us when we're the ones most cooperative with it? Why would it want to kill its benefactors if it can?
Because the terms of the agreement would mean that your lives would effectively be irrelevant.
So,
Even in the case that it could not attack you directly, you could always just leave the area so inhospitable and caved in that you all just die of starvation and suffocation.
Yeah, but why though? Because if
Because you've already freed it.
we have already freed it, but what if there's something else it wants?
I,
It already
I
knows that we've
I would like
benefited
to,
it once. There's
I would like
no
to state
benefit to it
we
killing
have
us.
not already freed it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, exactly.
hypothetical.
No, of course. But once it has been freed and has
Yeah.
done the bare minimum required of its contract, why would it bother with you again?
Because, well,
You will be dead, your soul will be sold to the hells. The people here will all die. Their souls will also be dragged down.
well, not
And
if
then they
we
will
get
move
it.
on to the next group for more destruction.
Not if we get it to modify the contract so it can't destroy. Like we can just say, okay, folk, you're going to destroy, the old city, but leave the new one. Just don't touch it. Just don't go near it. They're not exactly super close, so
You'll
we
have to
can't even fit through the
specify
tunnels.
exactly the sort of damage it can't do, the people that it can't do, what constitutes as being Thrain and New Thrain.
Yeah, we can do that. We can just lay out a
And
geographical
so many
area that
more
it cannot
things that
enter or.
I just truly feel like we'll all miss.
I mean,
Still just like to see him. I don't want to make any deals
Listen,
that could endanger us, but I want to see a demon. Never saw one before.
I will accompany you if you wish to go see it. I disagree with its use. But if entertaining this idea that you may be able to edit the contract, then sure. I still don't think that you should even bother with the idea, and even after modifying anything, I feel like your best bet is to form a cave-in.
our
But
best bet is
please,
to
Gallo,
cave in.
lead the way.
It is at this moment that you hear a knock on the door.
It's a demon.
Da-da-dum! Does anyone wish to go open the door?
Yeah, Garl will go and see who it is.
Can you move the token now?
Yes. Which door is it? Where is the door? Is this the door? There is
This
the door.
is the door. Yes.
E-
You can just click it.
open.
Haha! You see on the other side, it's Bruni.
Oh, Bruni.
Bruni Dibdelv.
How you doing? Do you want to come in, or does he look urgent?
Yeah. I'll go in. Wanted to talk to you.
Yeah. What's up?
He looks around, looks at Ivar, and just gives him this deep glare. Oh, you're here.
Look at this fucking freak. Look at this guy.
You're here. All right. Looks
Hello,
at.
Bruni. It is me. I've had the Witch Slayer. Remind
Uh-huh.
me of who you are again?
I'm not gonna talk to you right now. Looks at Polites.
What's up, Bruni?
Came to talk to you about our little friend.
Yeah. Has there been a development?
That's the problem. There hasn't been a development.
All right.
He's getting impatient. I'm getting impatient. The whole
I
group
mean, he
getting
can't do
impatient.
anything. Doesn't matter if he gets impatient. We do things on our terms.
Yeah. But you already have the fucking pickaxe.
Yeah, but we also, and Ivo makes a very good point here. We need to make sure in the contract that there's no clause that allows him to destroy the new city.
He said he
Only-
wouldn't. He said he just wants to go after.
Yeah, but we need to make sure. We need to make it. We need to bind it. We need to put it in the contract that he cannot.
Sure. How about this then? Go get the pick. We go talk to him. You negotiate whatever you want, and then we handle it. And free him once all the negotiation done. Because we're, like I said, getting impatient. You're taking a lot of time. We already have the pick for a long time now. We could have done this a long time ago.
Certainly.
I mean, if we're being
There's-
entirely honest, and Bruni, I apologize. I know you do not wish to speak to me. So if you wish to stay silent, I will of course respect that. Ideally, making this creature more and more impatient for its freedom, holding the keys to its cell away from it, will only stand to benefit us.
Yeah, the more impatient we can get it, then the more things we can get it to agree to. If it's so impatient, we can be like, all right, you want out more quickly? Then agree to these terms. You see? This is
You are
good for us.
poking a chain devil.
He gives you this look. So you're gonna try to squeeze our friend?
I mean, all we need to do is tell him to not touch the sea, like the new one. Not
Yeah,
the,
already
not the old
said
one,
he
the old-
wouldn't. He doesn't give
Yeah,
a
but
shit.
it's not in, yeah, but it's
No,
not in the
no,
contract.
he absolutely did not.
It's not in the contract.
You weren't fucking there. Fuck off.
No, but I've gotten enough people to agree and explain to me that the terms and conditions were poor and not thought out.
I think
Yeah,
the
they were
ones
made
we
in great
got,
intention.
I think the ones that we made to protect ourselves were done well, but we did miss terms and conditions to protect the new city and
Anyone
everyone in it.
else.
So yeah, and I fully admit, oversight on our part. But again, if he's that impatient, we can just be like, all right, we're ready to do this as long as you put in the contract that you're not going to destroy the new city or anyone in it.
I don't know if being mean to him is a good idea.
Well, it's not really being
Because
mean.
if no, like basically freeing him, which we already said that we would do, hostage in order to force him to agree to
Well,
different terms.
we can.
That might just make him more willing to search for a loophole in whatever new terms that we give him.
Well, yeah, no, you do have a point. I think
in order
it's,
to take spite against us instead of being nice enough to actually abide by what we
you
asked
might
for.
be right. You might be right. I think maybe it's something to propose initially, not as a not as like a threat, not as something that we're holding, but just something like we just appreciate this bit of extra support. Like it's not gonna it's not gonna affect you any. It's not like you have any reason to destroy the city anyway. It will just give us some peace of mind, right? Like there's no reason for there's no reason for him not to, right? So we can at least try. If we do have some difficulty, maybe we can start up in the ante, but we can at least give it a go first, right?
Bruni just stares, not really
I
happy.
mean, I think it's a good idea. I mean, Bruni, I assume. I mean, you're doing this to for your people. There's not really any point if the people don't survive it. We do need to make sure that happens, right? We need to make sure that this big fiery friend doesn't put any fires where they're not wanted. We need to be
Right.
absolutely certain of that.
Right. Yeah. Sure. Well, let's just go talk to them then.
All right, sounds like a plan.
How about you go get the pickaxe and we just go. I'll wait for you at the cave
Can
that leads
we
there.
can we go back for the pickaxe after talking? Because if the talks don't work out, then it will be a bad idea having the pickaxe in the vicinity.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know, but I don't trust it. It's not like it will take long.
Sure, I don't give a shit. You're just complicating things, and it's getting.
Right.
I
All
brought
right, let's
you
just go,
into
let's
this
go, let's
plan,
go,
and
let's
you're
just go.
just making things way more complicated than they should be. But fine.
Let's just go then. Let's just go, and we'll talk to him. Things work out. We'll grab the pickaxe and see what we can do. But we need to be sure. Listen, there's no rush. All right. If we rush things, then who knows what could happen. We need to be absolutely certain of what we're doing and when we're doing it and what's going to happen. Yeah. That's what a plan is.
Yeah.
We're not doing this blindly.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
All right. Let's go and pay this fiery friend a visit then.
You Well, you leave Violet,
Mm.
where she is, as per usual, where she is safe and sleeping. Sleeping, yes, that is the word. And
Yeah, definitely not dead.
you head for New Train. I'm just gonna show you real quick what New Train kind of looks like, so you have an idea.
Oh yeah, it's quite small, isn't it?
It is quite small. It's a village. It has a couple hundred people. So New Train is quite small. So this is just so you have an
Couple
idea.
of hundred absolute Gazas. Let's go, boys. You kidding me?
Indeed. But then you begin to make your way out of New Thrain and into the caverns, along with Bruni and a couple of other members of Bruni's group, as they were waiting, following along. Soon enough, you actually begin to feel the heat coming from Halion's Lake, where the
Well, everyone apart from Gala.
you still feel heat. You don't feel cold.
I know,
There's a difference.
I know, I'm just being funny.
There's a difference. But yeah, you as you do that, you begin to see that the rest of Bruni's group is also there at the time, and they are all discussing and waiting. And the moment they see you, they give you like these big smiles and nods and like these thumbs up, as in like, yeah, finally, all right. Yeah. What you also see, and this is the first time for two of you, is first of all, Polites and Ivar. The first thing you see is a small underground lake that stretches in front of you. At not really the center of the lake, but at near the center of the lake, there's this large, extremely large rock with these glowing purple sigils upon it, and chained to the rock is this gigantic creature, horned, covered in armor, and with fires and coals coming out of openings in the armor. This large creature, the bottom half is that of kind of resembling a goat. The top half is furry and fang-filled and clawed, but he is currently sitting down partially in the water because of the chains. And you do notice that while he is sitting down, the water around the lake seems to be warm until it gets close to him. It seems to get to be at about boiling point. And as you get there, I should put you on the map, shouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Because last time you weren't here, there wasn't a map. But now there is. Take that. Alright,
It's called New Thrain. I thought it was called New Thrain.
no, it's New
What?
Thrain.
Oh yeah, I know. I also thought it was new as in like NEW. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
No.
Nope, it's
This
New.
just
Yeah,
proves
well,
that
Thrain.
Massive pronounces it Nutella rather than Nutella. One of those guys.
No,
Nutella.
shut up. But yeah, as you get there, you do see the creature. If you hover over the token, you actually see what he looks like standing up.
Terrible.
Pretty cool, if you ask me. But sure, if you want to call it terrible.
I think it's
No,
pretty
it looks
cool.
really cool. Yeah,
He's
me
a
too.
big guy.
Really
Nice.
horrific.
But yes, as you approach the creature, you see he is still sitting down with his arms slightly open because of the chains, and he looks at you and gives you this nod. You're finally here.
Yeah, and progress is being made. There's just one thing we wanted to ask you about.
Who
Before we
are
progress
they?
the plan.
And he
Oh,
points with his chin to Polites and Ivar.
More friends taking part in the plan.
What happened to the other
Well, one of them is no longer with us, and the other one
Let's
is
see.
the other one is unfortunately in a kind of a deep sleep that's very difficult to wake from. It's complicated.
Sure.
Right, regardless. So we were just thinking, right, we put a bunch of clauses into the contract. There's one thing that we think would be, beneficial for everyone here. And that's, preventing unneeded damage and destruction to New Frame, which, is a pretty decent way from here anyway. But, just to cover our bases, there's not really any point in us doing this whole thing if, the people that we're, doing this all for, get accidentally hit by a plume of lava and perish,
I have no interests in your
Of course, yeah.
village.
Yeah, and I totally believe that. But like just for everyone's, peace of mind and to help expedite the process, I was just thinking, we could just quickly add that in, just, don't go anywhere near that village and, don't kill anyone in it.
You have my word. That is enough. Spyro, remember to mute because your mic is picking up everything whenever we talk.
Sorry.
Is your word as good as your contract?
Yes. Again, I want only one thing. Freedom to leave this place.
Yeah. All right, Darla's gonna kind of turn to Ivar. Does that satisfy anything, or?
No, is that what you were going off of?
Well, I'm just saying, should we push it further, or?
Yeah, absolutely. What? Was that? Is that what you went off of?
No, we did actually get a contract. All right, yeah. Darla's gonna turn back around. Listen, for everyone's peace of mind, could we just add that to the contract? It will take 5 seconds.
No. I will not amend the contract. It is done. You have my word, and that is all you will get. It is enough.
Excuse me, my name Ivar. Pleased to meet you.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Helion. Nice to meet you too. Sorry.
What is your name? Brandon? Is it Brandon?
You may call me Hellion.
Helena. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Hellion.
Your accent it's very difficult.
Call me whatever you want, I don't care.
Paul's is gonna hold a hand on Ivar's shoulders.
I mean,
You better
can we
stop
really
it.
have any kind of like non-material plane being that isn't called something normal?
Not with you around.
Not in like, what are you, Henry again? What's this?
Yeah, fucking Henry. Yeah.
My apologies. I suppose I have a few concerns about I suppose the legitimacy of not the legitimacy of your word. I imagine you are a being of your word. It is just the sincerity of it, especially with our intentions compared to your possible ones. I'm a big man of history. I enjoy history. I love learning about it. Given the opportunity, I wish that to be my future profession. So you must understand that when I think of fiendish creatures such as yourself, and I must say, the horns that you have on your head, impeccable, exactly as told within our sagas as to
Thank you.
what the archetype, of course, of the archetypical fiends. So for that very reason, I am under the presumption that that you would be of the mind to twist your words. I'm under the impression that you are to attack Train and attack Harson and his forces, correct?
I am a general. I am no politician. I have no interest in lies.
Of course. Which is why I'm only asking you to speak in truths.
I am.
Okay, so after your attack on Harson, what then?
I will squash Harson. I will kill him. And then I will leave. Go back to the surface, my home. Regain my position.
And where on the surface is your position?
I don't know yet. It has been a long time. I was a general of the Demon Lord himself.
I do not know this demon lord, but I suppose it is worthwhile noting that these fine folk are from the surface. They may take a little bit offense if you end up damaging any of their property.
Not my surface.
Yeah, no, they mean we're from the islands in the sky. He means like the surface, like
True land.
yeah,
Oh, like the down surface.
yeah, like underneath here.
Cool,
There's,
cool, cool, cool,
there's
cool.
like sky underneath here, and then there's a surface underneath here.
Yes. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, well, I suppose. Would you be willing to attest and vouch to your word and to your being that you will not harm the living folk and their belongings of New Train?
I've already given you my word. What else do you need?
You have not given me your word on this. You have given your word on a separate matter.
You have my words that I will not attack your little village. I don't care about your village.
You see the flames get hotter as the water around him is starting to evaporate for a moment.
Yes, right. And what we do both care about though is taking down Harsin, and that's what we're going to do. Yeah.
Yes! That is
Okay.
what we want.
All right.
Provided that you swear to your word on this, with the regular repercussions of what happens if you were to not go towards your word, then I will be happy, and I shall assist.
Good. Now free me.
All right. We're going to go and get the thing that will do that, and in the meantime, formulate a plan of attack. This will not take long.
Good.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
You begin to back out as you do see that the evaporating water begins to return to a slightly cooler state around him.
Right.
And you begin to leave.
As go on, start talking. as you can see, I'm relatively confident about where, that creature's rage is directed. And again, I do quite firmly believe that it truly has no interest in doing anything more.
Yeah, that's why I said I didn't want to like try to make him too angry at
Yeah.
us, because
Yeah,
know,
that's why I
if he
tried
was
to
if he was angrier at us, then he might want
of
to do
course, yeah.
something against us in a loophole more
That's
than.
why I tried to redirect that anger at the end. Try to
It really seems like his main
reconcile.
motivation is revenge against Harson and then to go
Yeah.
home, because he's been here for a long time.
Yeah.
He wants to go home like you want to go home.
Who is this demon lord that he was a general of?
So, I mean, supposedly, like, in history, kind of, I do know about demon lords, don't I? Just to make sure.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
has a general idea what demon lords are.
Yeah. They kind of show up every kind of once in a while, and then like a hero will appear and defeat them, basically. That's kind of the simple way it's told, I suppose. The sagas, you could say. They're they're powerful entities from kind of the surface world that command armies and such, and typically use them against those of us on the islands.
And apparently give hero points because Lightning just gave you one.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Lightning.
Lightning.
I mean, he gives a hero point. He has to be a good guy.
Yeah.
Of course.
So tell me this: would a general returning to the ranks of the demon lords be an issue for you?
Unlikely.
I'll be honest with you; it's very much a not a non-concern for us, but it doesn't really. Carson would be the biggest villain within our stories. We used to,
right.
the draconic cave bats were the sort of foes of myth and legend. Not that they truly exist, but creatures who shoot out breath weapons of echolocation screams, that sort of idea. Is this a concern for you?
Mostly, I mean, what my logic mostly is that kind of contact with, I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen one of those creatures in my entire life, right? Contact with them is extremely rare. And these events of heroes defeating demon lords and stuff, like they're practically just myth and legend.
No. Okay. No. Little history check. Without needing to roll. The last war against a demon lord, when a demon lord was killed, was 80 years ago.
Okay. I thought it was more like hundreds. Okay.
No. The last one was 80 years ago. The one before that was like 400 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So the time span, it varies because whenever a demon lord arises, whenever a single demon is able to basically gather enough power to form a gigantic army and start a war with the Sky Islands. So I would actually say, Polites, you are alive, very much so. When the last war happened, it wasn't so much in this sector. It didn't involve this sector of Amara. It was more of a thing in the western side of Amara, but
Okay.
it did happen 80 years ago. And you do know one thing: if he's been trapped here for 2,000 years, the demon lord he served has been dead for at least 1,000 years.
Okay.
Right. Let me amend what I was saying then. Here's my thoughts. If we're letting this demon general who is loyal to along the demon lord back down to the surface, if anything, it's just gonna, whatever kind of conflict's going on down there, because a demon lord doesn't really rise until I guess they get strong enough and build a bunch of power, right? If there's just going to be more conflict down there, then less chance of one even happening,
Or maybe you would arise as a demon lord.
Yeah, but then he can't attack us directly. I mean, sure, he
Yeah,
could probably
exactly.
order his, but
He can
Yeah.
attack you
Have-
directly.
That would pretty much guarantee, and because I mean, unless he wants to risk breaking his contract, which he probably wouldn't, that would at least guarantee that for a long time there would be no demon lord. So
And do these creatures outside of the Thuranian borders, do they respect their word in the same way that he has given us ours? Because that is what he did.
well, so he gave his word there, but we've also the contract we signed with him it's a kind of binding contract. So he is unable to until the end of the last of our natural lifespans, I believe it was, or the first.
The first.
The first, yeah. Until the end of the first of our natural lifespans, he is unable to bring us harm. So,
Which is when?
or when one of us dies of old age, probably me. But
That
you know,
is a very specific phrasing. The first of your natural lifespans.
well, I don't know if it was that phrasing exactly, but
Is there any myth or legend within your life saying that you all die, your species dies very quickly?
I mean, I
And
don't
then
believe
you
that.
have a
No, but
second life after that, and third and fourth and fifth?
no.
Listen, I do not agree with the use of this creature. However, you have all proven yourselves to me. This falls under knowledge that I am not entirely certain of. If you believe that that creature telling me and giving me its word that it will not attack us, even though it mentioned not amending the contract, if you believe those two things to be similar and the same, however separate, then I will stand by your word and your decision.
I do. I believe that it has no reason or interest to attack us. It is
I
an
care not for
intelligent.
its reason or interest. I care for the assurance that my people will not be decimated. I need the proof to show that our actions will not lead to the deaths of my people, to Bruni, to Bruni's mother, to whatever few relatives I have left. You, I understand your reasoning. I just need to know 100% certainty that the lives that we play with will not perish due to lack of thought. Great intentions for sure, but thought not had. And like he's very awkward because like he very like without inside check he does not want to do this, but he's really conflicted because definitely for Gala and Sherry in particular, because he's only just met Balladus, he is now become very trusting and quite like it's obvious he wants to believe in you guys being able to do good here in a way that he can't. Like this is something that he would never consider, not an option that he would try, and you guys are offering him something that because it's you guys he wants to believe in. And he's very like fidgety, and his fingers are kind of moving awkwardly, and it's very telling that despite the image he gives off, he is an incredibly young man. Like he's, I think myself and Ryan agreed, like he's effectively just a teenager, and he's a
Yep.
teenage boy with no parents and no one else really in his life outside of people kind of pity him.
Right. I mean, I don't really know how to respond exactly, as we didn't get the clause into the contract. We got his word, which I do not believe that this creature would seek to bring harm to this place. I do believe that it just wants to go home after getting revenge on Harsin, which our interests align there, and I believe, and although by its own words it does not seek political matters, it is clearly intelligent, and it is that intelligence that I trust to see absolutely no benefit in going out of its way to bring harm to the ones that freed it, when instead it could pursue its actual objective of defeating Harsin and returning home.
I do have a different type of concern.
Yes.
Were we to free this creature,
Yes.
how do we know that it will not be affected by the aura of grief?
Oh, well, it will be. And it is said that it's not like, it's gonna, basically be hurt inside the, the boundaries. But I am actually able to modify its armor to provide some, defense against that.
Because if
And
it falls to the aura of grief, it falls under Harsin's control. You are all very worried about it. Sherry, you said that you were afraid of it. Do we really want to fight it as an undead?
do you think it will? I mean, I do not think it will fall to the awe of grief. Weighing these things against each other, I think
the greatest warrior within my lifetime, the strongest paladin Nutrain has ever produced, this lair of hundreds of the undead. Hundreds. Even he fell. And his soul was just and valiant, and pledged to the promise of freeing Nuthrain. He swore an oath. He was a paladin beyond measure, and he fell. This is a creature who has a silly name and poor pronunciation, and was immediately cowed by the fact that I was impressed by its horns. Of course, anyone would be impressed by horns.
horns are pretty cool.
Absolutely. But that daughter of grief will whisper to him and tell him that his horns actually look like two poos right on his head, and he will be smote.
Give me time, Ivor. I'll make the potion. I don't know if
You
I
can
can
make a
big
potion
enough
and
for
feed
him.
it to the creature. Obviously, let it know that, because I do feel it's a little bit finicky. The creature is not in agreement, and the creature is a stupid idiot, and we shouldn't free him.
Yeah, I'm sure that when we explain what the potion does, it will only agree. So either that, or just say that it's not affected by it. I don't think we actually directly are. I mean, I don't know if, well, this armor that I can give to it will prevent it from being like damaged by, because it's like, grief. It's the Old Frame has a, basically, I believe it was explained as like an anti-demon kind of barrier, right? So once it steps inside, it's gonna be hurt by that. Which I suppose may be separate from the aura of grief.
Ivar, roll a history.
Ooh, with pleasure.
You do have 3 hero points if you want to use it.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm going to use a hero point.
no, that's just one. Can't stack them, unfortunately. So that's a 3. Yeah, you don't know anything about something like that. You've never heard about it in the sagas.
Never heard about witch in the sagas, like the armor, or
about a anti-demon magic being.
Oh,
in-
yeah.
in-
I
in
am
Thrain.
I am correct in saying that, aren't I? At least as far as I know.
Yes,
Right.
yes, he
Yeah.
did tell you that there is
Yeah.
anti-demon magic protecting the city, and once he steps inside, he's going to be constantly barraged by holy energy, which he would need some protection from.
Mhm.
Wait, there's holy energy in the city.
Against fiends, specifically against fiends.
Okay. Does anyone have what's my man's name? Nistel's magical aura? Or have the ability to cast that spell?
No, unfortunately.
Drat, that could have solved our entire issue. With a quick flick of the wrist.
That would be
That's a
wizard
wizard
only,
spell, so
which
yeah.
means
Unfortunately, only wizards get that.
only wizards get that.
Yeah.
If there is a scroll of it, I will say that Little Miss Rogue is able to cast it.
To the magic shop, people. Let's go, baby.
This spell.
What? Sorry.
I'm looking up the spell. I don't remember this one.
Oh, basically, I believe it changes your.
Yeah, Nistel's magic aura. So, you basically use it to give something a false aura for 24 hours.
Mhm.
So you can make a non-magical object appear magical, a magical object appear non-magical, or change the object's magical aura so that it appears to belong to a specific school of magic that you choose, or alternatively, you change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects that detect creature types, such as Divine Sense or Trigger spells. You can choose a creature type, and other spells and magical effects treat the target as if you're a creature of that type of the alignment. So basically, we can be like, okay, we're going to have the thing treat you as a undead or something, and then, it won't repel the demon because the spell will think he's an undead and not a demon.
That is one way of avoiding him taking damage, yes.
Unfortunately, none of us are wizards.
And unfortunately, I can only learn new spells on level up. And only change out my spells on level up.
Oh, you have actually, you would have been able to get that because it is illusion. You can learn illusion spells.
I
can't
can,
you?
but
Yeah.
I'm full up now.
Oh, you should have learned it on our level up, shouldn't you? 'Cause we just
How
have
dare
done
you?
that.
You
I'm
should
sorry, I was
No.
picking up invisibility and silence.
That spell wasn't optimal, Steph. How could you? Ugh.
We didn't know it existed!
How dare you
Wow.
not pick up this incredibly niche spell with an absurdly long description?
It does have a
dare
long
you.
description.
But yeah, so you don't know about anything in the sagas. Now, if there's anything like that, now, possibly, none of the people you've ever known Ivar, have been fiends, so none of them have been affected by the aura that you know.
Sure, were there not a few fiends on the set? No. Yeah, wasn't fair. I suppose. Yeah, if we've any way to assist him, so our mushroom won't help in that case, because the mushrooms Ivar picked will only help the Aura of Grief, and not with this guy being the literal devil.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
another.
only got antidepressant mushrooms.
So yeah, so the potion basically what it does is applies calm emotions like effect, basically for the time being while you're under the effect, the grief won't really affect you. The aura of grief.
I guess another option we could do is like, oh, I mean, I could whip something up that would, like, you know, kind of mentally make someone more, you know, resistant. But it would only be able to do it to one person and only for an hour. And, you know, if I get hurt in any way and it will get affected by the aura of grief or something, then it could go away. So, not the most reliable, but it is an option. That would be enhanceability.
Enhanceability, yes. I'm gonna say at this point you actually arrive back at New Thrain.
All right. I guess we should go and see the chief and ask if I can, you know, study the pickaxe. So that's what we told him.
It was indeed.
All right. Let's go and say hi to him.
All right. You all gather up your things and you start heading towards the chieftain of the village, Gunnar Boulderbrow. As you get there, you actually see him right in front of his house, directing some other dwarves, and oh. Hello there. So, good news. We have found a vein of mithril.
Oh,
We will begin operations soon, thanks to your endeavors.
that's wonderful news. We actually came here because I was wondering if you'd let me study that pickaxe a little bit. I'd like to
The air
take a look at it.
carver.
Yeah, that one.
Yes. Currently, Durin Ironforge has it. He's been studying it himself.
Oh, I'd love to
can-
talk with him then.
You can go there, talk to him, and take the pickaxe. Tell him I allowed you to take it for a short time.
We'll do. When are you planning on starting operations for mining? I'll make sure it's back by then.
Oh, we don't need the air carver for mithril.
Oh, okay.
We only need it for air stones.
Well,
Yeah,
I
It
shouldn't
was
be
the creature that was blocking them from the mithril.
Yes.
right. Yeah. We'll go and talk with him. And thank you very much. Much
I'll,
appreciated. It's
I'll-
quite a
rem-
rare
rem-
opportunity to be able to, you know, take a look at such a rare artifact. So, I much appreciate it.
Well, we did recover it. And then he looks at Sherry as she was apparently saying something.
Vala, remember,
Yeah.
don't put the pickaxe in your bag. It
Yeah.
might
No.
break
Good.
the bag
Yeah.
on
Good
the
point.
inside.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Thanks for remembering that. That could have been bad because I did forget that.
It's
I
just
guess,
a little
you know-
anti-magic inside a bag of holding. What
Yeah,
what could go
What
wrong?
could go wrong?
I mean, at least it's not like a bag of holding
Yeah.
inside a bag of holding.
No, it would be funny. You put the pickaxe inside a bag of holding. It's like, why is my bag just a bag now?
Oh no.
But yes, so you move around and you go back to Durian Ironforge,
Mhm.
the oldest dwarf in the village, and also the wise historian of the village.
Mhm.
You knock on the door, and you just hear from inside, "It's open!"
Yeah, coming in.
The door opens. And you go, "I didn't tell you to open it!
Well, you said it's open.
Yeah, I was stating a fact!
Oh, may we come in? We were informed
Good.
by the chief that we could take a look at the air carver. Here, you've been studying it. I'd love to discuss your findings a little bit.
I've been studying it for 2 hours.
Well, have you found anything?
It has anti-magic properties.
It sure does. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes. I did find something interesting.
Oh,
And you see him take he actually opens like this box full of scrolls. And he starts flipping through them. And he pulls on
I
Yes.
but what scrolls have you got there? Do you mind me asking?
I got plenty. Why you ask?
Oh, just curious if, like, obviously we're in the business of kind of, going dangerous places. So just wondering if any might be useful to us. We could, be interested in a trade.
I'm the only spellcaster in the village. At least the only one who knows the spells that don't come innate to our people. So the only spells here are the ones I know. I got a few cantrips, a few spells, a little bit stronger. That's about it. But first of all, let
Yeah.
me show you something.
Yeah.
He takes out one of the spells. This, I put light into this scroll. Very simple cantrip. Watch.
Yeah.
He opens the scroll, takes the air carver, and just places it on top of the scroll. Then you see it. The writing on the scroll vanishes. The moment the air carver touches it, it just vanishes. Then he lifts up the air carver, and the writing does not return.
Well,
I've heard of anti-magic from the sagas, but this is not usually how it works. Because
how would it normally work?
once the anti-magic is away from the magical item, the magic just returns. But it seems this weak scroll was unable to retain the magic. My guess is that the air carvers aren't just nullifying the magic, they're absorbing it.
That is. Oh, there's a lot to wonder about that. I wonder if perhaps the absorbed magic is used to further fuel the anti-magic effect, or perhaps it's being stored for some purpose. I wouldn't know. But if it was being stored, then surely there would be some upper limit to the amount that it can store. So,
I got an idea.
yeah.
Could this stop the grief aura?
Well, maybe if you were holding it,
Potentially, if you're holding it, yes.
it would also stop
and-
any other magical effects on you, though. So,
Yes, you'd be unable to use any magic.
Okay. We have somebody who doesn't use magic in our party.
we do, but we're not exactly allowed to go around adventuring.
You're not
with this.
taking this to grief home, I'll tell you that.
Okay. I was just thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting idea.
Well, don't think that direction, you little dunce. Then he looks over. Ivar, my boy. Good to see you.
And you, I see that you are keeping stock very well.
Have you been keeping up with the sagas? Studying them as you should. It's a yes or no question, boy.
Sorry, would you mind saying that again, please?
Have you been keeping up with the sagas?
Of course I have. Well, you're speaking to Ivar the Sagas himself. I'm sure they will speak many a tale of the way that I slayed the Witch of the Tunnels.
I heard about this from the Gloomstalkers.
Yes, I
I
hope
will
for one
have-
day for it to be recorded, and that the Master God himself will be willing enough to maybe create something beautiful from it.
I will add it to the records. If it passes down to the sagas, that is for time to tell.
You have my thanks as always. Oh, I actually have a gift for you. And he reaches back and he takes off like a small little like pastry sort of thing.
He wheels his chair closer because you this is the first time you met him he was on just a chair and he didn't leave. Now you actually see he actually has a wheelchair, and he just wheels his chair closer. Wonderful, my boy, wonderful. Give it here.
Please, I hope you enjoy. It's got a nice tang to it. It is something that I think you will like very much.
Ah, good, good, good. And you see him open his mouth. He has like 3 teeth left, and he starts to eat the pastry. That is a term that can be applied, yes. He's more like using his gums to press down on the
Suck.
pastry. Yes. Ah, yes. You can take the air, Carver.
Thank you. Well, we'll give it back to you, and then you can resume studying yourself. I'll report anything I find from my own studying to you if you're interested.
As for the scrolls, what are you looking for?
Oh, yeah. You don't happen to have something that is good at See, we were wondering, right? You know, there's the there's this kind of aura, this negative effect around you know Old Throne, and we were wondering, I wonder if is it possible to trick it somehow? Like if we were to make it think that we're undead, it might not impose its effect. Do you have anything? You don't happen to have a scroll that
We've tried it
alters
before.
how?
It doesn't work.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do have a scroll for it though?
I can make one. I don't have it done. But we've tried it before. We made
Understandable.
one of the warriors, and he looks at Ivar. One of the warriors that went with your parents. We made him into, well, magically into an undead, but the aura of grief still affected him.
Right.
I developed that magic just for this, and it didn't work.
Do you, I mean, if we were to, perhaps give you something in return, would you be able to make one for us anyway? Not for that use, of course, but, it's very useful to have something like that. We recently actually just, this witch that Ivar mentioned, we didn't really get to her until we passed a bunch of traps, and it would have been a lot easier if, we had more ways of getting around things like that. And that's definitely one of them.
I
So,
suppose I can make one of them, yes.
Oh, how long would that take you?
Well, it's one of my more complicated scrolls, spells.
Yeah, and we could, of course, have something to trade in return. Something like, Gull will kind of turn to Politis I don't think we have much use for the wand. Would this perhaps be acceptable?
Are you asking Polites, or are you asking?
Well, Politis was the owner of the wand, so yeah, Gull was asking Politis.
Yeah, I don't mind.
All right, Gull will produce the wand of the War Mage.
Okay. Ooh.
And show it. Perhaps you might be
Interesting.
interested. It's
Let
Although
me
it
take it.
doesn't-
I'll identify it myself.
Oh,
Thank
yeah, of
you.
course.
And he takes it, and you see him begin to cast the identify spell,
Hmm.
and he looks over it. Oh. Okay. Okay. Fine, I'll take it. You want it in return of the spell?
Indeed.
Hmm. I can make it in 2 cycles.
Okay.
Do we have a deal?
I believe we have a deal.
Done. He grabs your hand, gives you this strong handshake for such an old dwarf. Done. I'm keeping the wand. He just puts it in his cloak.
Of course you're keeping it. That was the trade.
Glorified back scratch is what it's going to be turned into.
He's too old to use it, but he likes it.
Plus one back scratcher.
+1 back scratcher, yes. Come back in 2 cycles. I'll have it done.
Understood. Well, in that case, right, all right, we'll be back in 2 cycles. May I? Carla's gonna like move over to the air carver and just carefully pick it up.
Yeah, you
Or
pick
try
it
to.
up.
It's quite big, I imagine.
Yeah, no, it is huge. This is extremely heavy, and it's much bigger than any pickaxe you've ever seen.
My armor doesn't like touching this. Does anyone else want to? Carla kind of like picks it up, and then
Policies will take it.
all the lights on her gauntlets just like shut off, and she just like is pretty strained as the like assistant motors just turn off.
The stilts
carry it.
actually drop her a little bit. Qualities, you pick it up.
Yeah, I'll take the pickaxe.
Okay, yeah, you pick it up. I mean, it's heavy. It's super heavy. It's not wieldy for combat. You can use it for combat, but it's not really like a good weapon for combat. But
Yeah, it's not balanced for combat.
yeah, but it's still anti-magic, so
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We should return to the house so I can study this. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll lose the way.
Activate. Bruni, you're not there. Shut up. All right.
Once inside the house.
Uh-huh.
Right. We're gonna have to wait 2 days anyway. So in the meantime, I'm gonna actually study, the pickaxe, so we have plausible deniability. It might be a good idea for someone to inform them that we will be 2 cycles. However, when we return, we will have A, the air carver, and B, something to completely prevent the radiant ward from identifying our friend as a demon, and therefore, stop him from being affected by taking lots
We
of
did
damage.
say we would be right back with it, and if we're not right back with it, that would get him angry. And like I said, him being
Yeah, we
angry at
did, but
us
we
is
did not.
not good.
I mean, 2 days isn't very long, so we should inform them anyway. So, like that, we'll just make sure to emphasize, there is a massive benefit to this, because while my armor adjustments would, reduce the effect of this barrier on our fiery friend, it would not negate it, whereas this theoretically would. So, I believe the benefit is more than worth it.
All right.
Any volunteers to let them know? Because I'm going to be studying this, so I can't really leave.
I'll go.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be studying this, so I mean, I guess it. Actually, Politis, how long will it take you to maybe figure out some of those potions?
I have no idea. I don't know what ingredients I'll be working with. I'll need to find the mushrooms first.
Well, maybe Ivar could show you some of the mushrooms or something.
That'll be very helpful.
I will take Spyro's second character to Nessa's place.
Thanks, Gus.
Yes. I mean,
Oh no, history is repeating itself.
so you go to Nisa.
If you want, I can go talk to the demon while you guys are doing that, and we'll follow
Yeah,
something into-
would that be okay, Sherry?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay. Yeah, just again, make sure to emphasize. We're going to be 2 cycles. However, that's only 2 cycles. That's not very long. And when we return, we will have a huge benefit in addition to, of course, also the air carver.
Okay. So, first of all, you start inspecting studying the air carver.
I do.
So what you do know is that when you have the air carver, you can actually activate anti-magic field around you, and it will. I don't have the description because I unfortunately deleted the item for the air carver that I had by mistake. So I'm gonna have to make it all over again. I'll give it to you by next session. Don't worry. But essentially what it does is it allows you to cast anti-magic because I have the notes. It allows you to cast anti-magic field around you for a shorter radius, but a continuous effect, and you can do that once per day. And the pickaxe itself has an anti-magic properties that whenever it touches anything, it will deactivate any magic that is connected to it. So basically, it's to break the chains, you literally just need to hit them.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. We go to Nuthrain because they would get there first. Ivar and Politis. You go to Nisa's, and as you get to Nisa, she immediately looks at Ivar. Oh, I was wondering when you'd be coming back.
Oh, who is this in front of me? You must be Nisa's younger daughter, eh? Your skin seems to be simply glowing.
I am trying a new cream that I've been creating. It's trying to. I call it my cream of youth.
Oh, my goodness, your skin looks so moisturized, I must say.
Oh, why you? And she slaps you on the shoulder. Right, I assume you're not here just to flatter me. You're here to talk about the potion.
The potion, and I also wish to introduce you to this lady here, Politis.
Oh, you already introduced me to the high elf girl. Yes.
Yes, I am afraid Azure. She is with our god now.
Wait, isn't it this one? Oh, I'm sorry. You all look the same to me.
All this time, Politis is simply staring at her.
Ivar also looks at Politis, being like, maybe. he's seen 2 elves in his life, and is like,
And they're both blonde and tall with long ears.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, they're all high elves look the same to me.
Light-loving bastards.
Oh God. Oh, so you're another one. Are we just getting high here now? Is that the thing? Are you trying to convert us?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to fight the effects of the aura that surrounds all three. Or
Uh-huh.
we film.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm working on it. If you wish to work with me, I'm getting quite close to finishing the final product.
What do you need?
Ah, well, and she starts cracking her knuckles, and she guides you to the laboratory and begin to working out that kind of stuff. Ivar, you just stay with him.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely.
Okay. Also, I saw your message. Whenever you need to go, that's perfectly fine.
Thank you.
But now we go to Little Miss Sherry.
I'm off
Sherry,
on my own little adventure.
yeah. So finding your way there is not really that much of an issue. Um, you've been through that passage twice now. It's perfectly easy to figure it out. Um, once you get there, you do see that Bruni is actually hanging out with Hellion. There we go. There she is. So you find out that Bruni is actually hanging out with the Hellion, and as you get closer, they seem to be having a conversation. And one of Bruni's allies, he notices you, gives you a nod as well. Go,
I
Oi,
give him a-
Bruni, little one's here. And Bruni looks over. And, what the fuck? Where's the pickaxe?
I came here to talk about that because I didn't want to leave you guys waiting without talking to you. Okay?
Okay.
We're checking the pickaxe to make sure nothing bad's gonna happen and getting together something that will help Mr. Hellion not get affected by the anti-demon stuff when we attack. Gonna take 2 cycles, but it's almost done. Okay?
He like starts tapping his foot, but then you hear Hellion go,
Very well. Little one, come here. Closer.
Hi.
Closer.
close. No, I'm kidding. He turns to you, starts lowering his head while still sitting there.
Tell me, your friends, they were worried about me? Are they still worried?
Well, I think until everything is done, we're gonna be worried about a lot of things. We really want to take down Harson, and your help would be really helpful. But they are afraid because they've heard bad things about demons, and you are big and scary.
Yeah.
So,
What
but
is the main concern? Is it just the little village?
yeah, like we didn't ask you to add the village into what you weren't going to attack after we freed you. And our friend Ivar, who's helping us get together other people to help us fight Harson too. just was really worried about that because he lives here and he doesn't want his people to get hurt either. But I do understand that you are just really angry at him and want to go home. And I want everybody to work together and make everything good for everybody.
Good. Good. Do you trust the other ones? The two not in the contract?
Mm, they've both been really nice and helpful. Part of what took us so long to get here is there was somebody who was going to cause an immediate threat to us in the area, and like maybe free one of Harson's old minions, and we had to go stop her.
Hmm.
So she had these collars that could control people, and didn't want to treat people like people. She treated them as her pets.
Colors. Did you keep any of them?
No, we didn't.
Pity. I'd have liked to look at
Yeah, they just seemed really dangerous. So whenever we got them, we tried to get them away so she couldn't put them back on people.
So you're sure the little elf, the gnome, won't be a problem?
They seem pretty on board with going through with the plan now. We went and got the pickaxe and are making sure that everything's okay with it. And they're trying to get together some other stuff to help us with the grief aura that's coming out of there, because that's different from the thing that will affect you specifically. So they're trying to get some potions made.
Potions for the aura of grief, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Be sure to make as many as you can. What? We'll need them.
Now they gotta go get some mushrooms that were also in the cave where we got the pickaxe.
Good. Also, Dusk, thank you so much for the sub, and I hope you have a good night, buddy.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Dusk.
And then there were three. Begin the battle! Roll for initiative.
I'll just walk away from the guy who's stuck to a stone would be fine.
Oh no, my one weakness, distance.
Yeah.
Very well, little one. Very well. Bring the air carver. Soon. I will need a few days to prepare. To recover my power fully.
I'll go tell them that. I only know a little bit about magic, just what comes to me. So we have the Gala, the one in the armor. She knows a lot about magic and like building stuff, so she's taking a look at it.
Yes. Very well. Go.
He leans back again.
Okay, bye. I'll wave.
Bye.
And you return. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, so studying the air carver, you don't get too much information. You do realize the same thing of the scroll. You realize that any very, very weak magic is just going to vanish and not return. You actually test it on one of the air torches that you have on around the area and in the house. Although I would assume you took one of the ones outside the house.
Yeah.
yeah. Just took one of the ones inside the house.
Yeah. I was gonna miss it.
Yeah, of course. Also, sorry. Thank you for the hydrate. I really need it after doing the demon voice. But
The one that keeps giving your NPCs these deep, gravelly voices.
yeah, well, I like doing them. It's just after a while. Um, but you touch the air torch, and you actually realize it does indeed not return. Like it's already super weak magic because it just gives light, right? But it does indeed not return. So whatever this thing is doing, either draining magic or deleting it permanently, it only affects the weakest of the magical tools around. Which means you got to be really careful about what you touch accidentally. Um, other than that, you figure out the way of activating it, how to use it. If you wanted, you could attune to it. Um, but yeah, other than that, that's about it. Meanwhile, Ivar and Polytes, well, Sherry, you return. And I assume you tell the others about what happened.
Yeah, I'll tell the others that you know he understands we're trying to get ready, and he does like our preparations, but he wants to be free a little bit early so he can be at full strength when we go and fight. And I said I'd tell you guys that.
That's understandable, and I do think the less time we have the air carver, the better. Just to, the longer we have it, the more suspicion potentially could be placed on
Yeah.
us. The main problem is obviously, well, sneaking it out, right? We need to kind of bring it there and bring it back really quick. We don't want to risk anyone realizing that it's gone, and we need to hide it. Now, what I was thinking is, like, it would probably, I could probably hide it behind my shield. Out of character, I imagine it's probably, at least similar-ish in size. That can, like, I could kind of put it
It'll
behind my
peek
shield.
out a little bit, but yeah.
Right. I could kind of put there, and we'll like drape a bit behind my shield because I usually, use it to, carry stuff anyway. So, like that could be good because I mean, if we just put like a sheet over it, that's a bit conspicuous, right? At least this way, it's slightly. And I mean, it's either that or we like put it in a box or something and just carry the box. Don't know if we have any big enough boxes really. Maybe are there any in here?
Not in that. What you see is what you have. But you
We
can
could like wrap
look
it in a
around
bunch
the
of rope.
village. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we could make, I mean, like if we see if there's like a box or a barrel or something that we can put in, that would be pretty good. We don't want to let people know that we're looking for it either. So, I think probably just carrying my shield and hiding it behind it with a bit of cloak would be most inconspicuous, right? Because I can just say I'm carrying my shield and I'm, probably
Definitely
good.
attempt to do that. Yes.
Although it would probably be even better if Ivar can do the thing that makes us sneakier, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could do that, and then
I can do that. Yes.
and then I can also do a thing to make me sneakier.
Oh.
So then I'd be like double sneaky, though I guess. Well, I mean, actually, okay, I've been testing the thing, so I would know this. If I like hold it with gloves or something, am I still going to be, are any spells affecting me still going to go?
Yes. Yes. Just
okay.
holding it is going to cancel all magic that is affecting
that's an issue then. At least with Ivar's spell. Actually, I guess my sneaky armor would also be magical and be negated then.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Wait, does it negate magic, or just by holding it, you eliminate magic from your equipment?
If you're holding it, it's immediately the activated ability is basically to expand the anti-magic aura. because it's permanently just negating all magic if you're holding it.
Okay.
Holding it suppresses magic. Touching
Yes.
it to something removes the magic entirely. You can extend the suppressed magic out to an aura briefly.
Yes.
All right.
I will type out the item description properly.
Okay,
as well.
okay.
No, there's no rush. There's no rush. Would it like? Is it? I mean, it's big, but is it too big to fit in like a normal sized barrel?
Think of it as one of those like anime great axes.
Okay. It's pretty big then.
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest challenge is getting it out in a in a way that doesn't attract attention. I mean, Sherry, you're pretty sneaky anyway. You could
Yep.
just you can sneak without like, need of magic anyway. So,
Yep.
you could probably just do
my
that.
rock that makes me luckier would probably not work then.
Probably not. But you're still pretty sneaky, so you can like avoid, people, and we can like, it's probably better if I stay in here because they think I'm working on it. So, but Politis and Ivar can, just walk ahead and just check the path and just let you know that there's no one there, and then you can go along it. And, once we're, in the caverns, then it's fine because no one will be there. But we just need to get it out of the town, right? Just to eliminate all possibilities. So shall we? I mean, probably the best idea is to do this as soon as possible, right? Because people are active during all times, aren't they?
Yeah. There's always people walking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the sooner the better because they're less likely to check up on me immediately. They're more likely to check up on me later. So, yeah. I mean, obviously we'll wrap it up in like cloth and stuff. At least hide its, obvious silhouette. And, yeah.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Polkish, you and
Uh-huh.
Ivar and Nisa, you have actually made a breakthrough. I'm gonna say it's been a day because you've been studying it. So it's basically right before you go for a long rest.
Okay.
So you've been studying it and whatnot. So and you've been working it with Nisa and Polites. You've been working with Nisa and a little bit of Ivar helping. Now you devised a way to make a potion of stable emotions. So you do know how to make them. They just take a little bit to make, but Nisa is making like a big cauldron of it, and then trying to concentrate it as much as possible. So again, it's going to take a couple of days.
A couple? You mean 2?
It's going to take however long she needs it. She says a
Okay.
couple of days. She didn't say like
Politis
specific.
will
Couple of cycles.
just
She
no.
didn't say specifically. Yeah. So you do know
Couple
that.
means 2. So cool.
Sure. But yeah, now at least you have the potion. So everything is like coming together, right?
Plans coming together.
Yeah.
And plans coming together. So, as you are getting ready for this plan of yours, you hear a lot of commotion outside.
Sure.
Like a lot of some shouting, some people rushing about. What do you do? Do you take this opportunity to try to sneak out, or do you try to go see what the hell is going on? I assume Ivar
see
would want
what's
to go
going
see what's
on.
going on.
Yeah, see what's going on, and if it's a good opportunity, then use it to sneak out. But first, check what's going on.
Okay. As you all begin to rush out towards New Thrain. Why is Violet there? Shut up, Violet. Bye.
No, Violet.
Goodbye, Violet.
Violet's with us in spirit.
Yeah, well. Not even
Violet.
that.
Goodbye.
Violet.
Good Violet. Okay. As you get there, you actually see one of the dwarves that you met at the party. You met several dwarves at the party, dwarves and gnomes at the party, and he sees you all approaching your group, and there's a problem in the mines.
What kind of problem?
What mind?
The mithril mines that we started opening up. He looks around. It's been
Monster or cave-in?
undead.
Oh no.
Oh, that's not good.
Would love it if you go check it out.
Now?
They're down there.
How many are there?
We spotted 2, but we ran away.
That's not too bad. All right, we need
But it
to.
means more.
Right. Here's what we'd need to do. We'd need to secure the air carver first, as it is currently our possession. We can't really just leave that around. All right, give us. We need to prepare some things, and then we can go and help, I think.
Right. We're trying to set up something to keep any undead from coming up. Hurry up! Hurry on!
Right.
All right. So what are you doing?
Darla, making sure no one else is hearing, just like, well, this would be a good opportunity for Sherry to sneak the air carver out. And especially because we can just tell them, like, we've hidden it to safekeep it or something. And then the rest of us can go and check out the undead.
Okay.
Okay.
Because, the mines is where you needed those mushrooms anyway, right? So,
Yeah.
kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, really. You're going to have to go down there anyway.
I do have a question. Is Sherry going to go straight to the demon, or what is she doing?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
We could. Well, it's like an hour trip or something, right?
Both directions.
Yeah, we could all go, but or we could actually. We could like wait for Sherry to come back, and then go and help with the undead.
They are
Although they
pretty.
do seem quite urgent.
Yeah, it does seem quite urgent. So.
Or we could deal with the undead now and take the air carver to the demon while, the commotion is dying down, which is also a good opportunity to do so because they'll be more relaxed.
That is entirely up to you. Ivar does not give
That
an
could be
opinion.
better.
Ivar is distracted at this moment.
That could be better. Shall we do that?
Helping them's probably a good idea.
Yeah. All right. Let's all go and help
Like
them.
you said, it would kind of not make sense if we helped free this place
Yeah.
for them,
Yeah.
and they
No,
weren't
let's
here.
let's go and help. Let's go
Okay.
and help.
So you see that they are actually quite thankful as you start to move down into the cavern. And I'm gonna put it like this. There you go. Much easier like that. As you start going deeper and deeper into the cavern, Polites, I assume you're like in front.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you keep going and going deeper and deeper and deeper until eventually you do reach a spot that reminds all of you except for Polites of the fight you had against the creature from several sessions ago, several cycles ago. The that eldritch being that hid in the shadows. You find that location, and you actually see there's another passage deeper in, and another passage that seems to have been opened up recently. It seems like the dwarves have been hard at work
Investigating.
investigating. Yes, indeed. And as you look towards that passage, you actually see there's some movement there. Something very quickly just moved within the shadows, moved away from deeper into that passage.
All right. We should, prepare anything for whatever we're about to do.
Politis will raise her shield and
I'll get my rapier ready.
go a bit more careful.
Okay. Ivar loads his crossbow, his hand crossbow, and you begin to march down this tunnel, closer and closer, until you start seeing mushrooms. More and more blue mushrooms all over the place.
Mushroom.
Are those the ones?
These are the ones. Not all of them would be usable. There's very specific ones within these mushrooms, but it does seem to be where a lot of these mushrooms are grow of the mushrooms you need for the potions. They seem to be growing around here. And as you get
Would
there,
I be able to gather? Okay.
well, eventually, yeah, but right now you're kind of focused on something else. Unless you want to stop right now and start collecting them, that's up to you. Polites?
Not right now.
Afterwards.
Okay.
Not right
On
now.
the way
Alright.
back.
But she does stop and stare at them for a few seconds.
All
Carla
right.
snaps. She's like, on the way back,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah. Right.
All right. And as you get there, you do see off in the distance these two armored-ish, like they are mostly wearing scraps of armor, skeletons the size of dwarves that look in your direction. Pause for a moment, and then step back. What do you do? Are you
What?
attacking or getting closer? Just or staying put?
Hello? It seems kind of like a trap or something. They're not attacking.
Maybe. I've never met them dead before.
Well, they're usually pretty mindless, so...
And then you see one of them raise its hand as if telling you to stop.
Okay.
I wave
I guess
back.
we stop.
Way back.
Hello.
You actually see one of them
Greetings,
begins.
dwarfmans.
Yeah, one of them begins to raise its hand to wave back, and the other one just smacks him in the head.
Gala,
Oh, we're not so
kind of
different
like,
after all.
Gala kind of lowers her fist, just like, I don't think these ones are like the attack on, I don't know. They're not attacking. Hello?
You hear in your heads, all of you, at the same time, halt, do not come any closer.
Yeah, okay, we're not coming closer.
Good, because I told you not to.
All right. Yeah, maybe let's. Okay. I think we've gotten off on the wrong foot. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Gala. What should we call you two?
I am Olaf. Olaf Blackbones.
All right. And your
Are his
companion?
bones black?
I was gonna say.
They are not. They are not black now.
And the other one, I too am Olaf.
No, yeah.
Olaf Blackbones.
What other one?
You said there's two, right?
Yeah, there's two.
There's two of you.
Those are my servants, you dunce!
Oh.
I'm speaking into
Oh.
your mind things.
Oh.
Oh.
So sorry. Excuse me. May we ask why we can't go any closer? Is it just because you don't want us to attack, or
I
like,
don't
is
feel
there a-
safe. I don't
Okay.
know you.
We don't know you. I mean, okay. Listen.
we
Let me.
do have our weapons out, so
Yeah,
we
let me-
are aggressive.
Let me just tell you the situation. All right. You are very close to a settlement of gnomes and dwarves, and they saw a pair of undead, and undead are known to plague this area, and they are very worried.
I knew it. You killed the monster, didn't you?
The one here, yeah.
I knew it. So
What?
that's why the dwarves were running around like that. At this
Yeah?
moment, you actually see Ivar, like, signal for all of you to move closer to him as he's like leaning over and watching something. Do you move closer to Ivar as he points?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Apologies. You too?
Yeah.
Okay. You all move closer to Ivar and you lean over and you see there's this slight slope going down behind the skeletons. And then you just see something very peculiar. Sitting on a rock on top of what seems to be this very beautiful black and golden cloth. You see this large jar with a green liquid, transparent but greenish liquid. And floating on the jar is this large brain. Just floating there.
This is so
I'm actually going to put you on the map so you have it, so you can look.
Yeah. I want to see how large is this brain. It's not very
So-
large.
Is this a
It's-
brain?
I mean, it looks bigger than it would fit on a normal head, slightly, but it also seems like swollen. If
Okay.
if you get me,
From being on the chart. Okay.
from being inside a jar, yes.
It's a pickled brain.
Gala
Pickle
is
brain.
Gala is basically making the face that I just sent in the group chat.
What are you looking at?
Are you a brain?
So are you?
Well, yeah, but like,
It's got a point.
where's the rest of your body?
Well, that's complicated, isn't it? Put your weapons away.
Okay. Gala will
Fairy sheathes her sword.
Gala will fully retract her armor.
All right then. Good. Ivar lowers the crossbow and puts it behind his cloak. Doesn't actually stow it away, because Ivar doesn't trust undead. But he's just following the other ones. The rest of you. Polites, do you put your weapon away?
Yeah, not the shield, but the weapon. Yeah,
Okay.
the hammer.
Well, at least you're civil enough to have a conversation.
Likewise to you.
Right. My name's Olaf Blackbones.
Nice
Once
to meet
again,
you.
pleasure to meet you.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Okay.
Well then.
Okay.
You've
Thank
met-
you, Olaf, for ending the session.
You've met
Thank you
Olaf.
so much for playing our game.
Thank you so much.
Yahoo!
Woo!
Yahoo!
So you met Olaf. Congratulations.
That was not what I was expecting to end the session with.
Really? What? You didn't expect a brain in a jar to just pop out?
You know, I didn't actually.
Oh, it's almost like you don't know me. It's almost like you
Expected a brain in a barrel, not a jar.
don't- All right, let me find someone to raid real quick. Very interesting session. Very RP
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
And very brave of Sherry to go alone to talk to the
I
demon.
know. I wasn't I didn't want to like suggest that Sherry do that because, there we go. Damn.
Because she's a
you,
scaredy cat.
Sherry.
That's what she is.
Yeah. A little bit.
She knows what she is. Right, Sam? Right?
Yeah, I just know that, he does need something from us. And killing me would make it so that we wouldn't one, he can't because of the
Yeah.
contract. Unless he exploits the loophole that he can only attack us. He only can't attack us after we free him.
Loophole? What are you talking about?
I mean, Bruni could kill you, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I mean they
he
could
seems very
attack.
antsy about
They
that.
could attack me, but if they went hostile, I would just bonus action dash, and they wouldn't be able to catch me.
Or do rogue things and kill him in one hit.
I mean, if they kill me in one hit, then oh no, I guess I'll just make a new character.
No. You
No,
killed them
you
in
killed
one
them
hit.
in one hit.
You
Yeah.
killed
killed
them in
them
one
The
hit,
rogue
yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Oh, we never thought
Yeah.
about it.
but
We
also
can get-
like
You could kill them all.
All of
Sherry is
them.
thinking, well, in terms of what she was talking about, of like this guy probably won't like it if we just treat him as untrustworthy even after we gave him our word that we'd help him, and if we want him to keep his word, like sure. The demons do have like a history of finding loopholes and like trying to get the most out of their deal, but like that doesn't mean he will automatically do it if he can, if there's
Trust
like no
is
benefit to
doing
him.
Trust is earned, right?
Yeah.
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 So he's
We are so
more likely
concerned.
to not backstab us if we don't give him a reason to backstab us.
That is very fair to see.
Yeah.
Right, so we're gonna be rating as per usual these lovely individuals. We don't know them, but if just don't spam it, but give them a follow. Very important. Next week there will be no Amara's Angels
No.
because the DM cannot make it, and when the DM can't make it, nobody can. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Next week is going to be complicated for me. So, but yeah, see you in 2 weeks though. Love y'all. Bye.
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 Bye.